أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وأصلي وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. We have reached to ayah number 34 from Surah an-Nisa. Allah said, الرجال قوامون على النساء بما فضل الله بعضهم على بعض وبما أنفقوا من أموالهم فالصالحات قانتات حافظات للغيب بما حفظ الله واللاتي تخافون نشوزهن فعظوهن واهجروهن في المضاجع واضربوهن فإن أطعنكم فلا تبغوا عليهن سبيلا إن الله كان عليا كبيرا. This beautiful ayah from Surah an-Nisa, the chapter of an-Nisa, Allah said, الرجال قوامون. The men have the authority over women. قوامون means they are in charge. The husband in charge of his wife. Husbands are in charge of the wives. So, بما فضل الله بعضهم على بعض. So, Allah has favored people over others. So the thing is, here I think people always have issue with this. Why Allah have favored, Allah gave the authority for men over the women. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the creator. Allah is the creator. لا يسأل عما يفعل. No one can ask Allah, why did you do this? I want to make it very simple to you so you understand why we should not ask questions. Why Allah have gave the authority to man, to the wife or the husband. He's in charge. For example, let's say I invited him for dinner last week, one time, and invited Mu'adh twice, and invited Wassan 3 times. Then Mu'adh and him, they would say, how come you invited him 3 times and you invited us only 1 time or 2 times? You have to invite us 3 times, like you invited him. Would that make sense? Do I have to? So I don't. So, for example, a poor man in the street. First one, he passed by, he gave him $5. Second one, he gave him $5. Third one, he gave him $50. Then the 2 came, protested. Objecting said, hey, what are you doing? Give us 45. You have no right to give him more than us. Does that make sense? Of course not. Why? Because it's my money, my house. So the thing is, I'm a human being like you, a slave like you. You cannot tell me what to do. Imagine Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah have favored, Allah said, بِمَا فَضَّلَ اللَّهُ بَعْضَهُمْ عَلَى بَعْضٍ. What Allah have favored some over the others. So the thing is, this to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone, no one else can object. Even you as a ummah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned the hadith, He said, that roughly mean that a man worked between Fajr and Dhuhr, and his boss gave him a qirat, certain amount of money. And another man came and he had hired other people from Dhuhr to Asr, which is the time shorter, and he gave him also qirat, same amount of money. Then he said, then he had hired other people from Asr to the Maghrib, the time shorter, and he gave him 2 qirat. And he said, this is this ummah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Jews and the Christians, they work more, like the one who worked from the morning to the evening, to the Dhuhr, and the other group, they work from Dhuhr to Asr. And subhanAllah, here he said, and you work only from Asr to Maghrib, you get double the reward. Even the short amount of time you work less. This is Allah's business. You cannot ask Allah why He's doing this. So the thing is, as also another example. So the thing is, why we cannot object the commands and the decrees from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Think about Allah have chose Abraham, chose Noah, chose Adam, chose Jesus, Isa, chose Moses, chose Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, chose the prophet to be a prophet. They're men like us originally. Before they became messengers, they were people like us. Then Allah chose them. When they were baby like you and me. But then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have favored them by choosing them. Otherwise, as clearly Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala They are وَكَانَ فَضْلُ اللَّهِ عَلَيْكَ عَظِيمًا. The favor of Allah upon them great and huge. Allah favored them, chose them, they became better than us. But as a baby, as a human being, they eat and drink, they need to sleep, they need to eat, they use the bathroom, they die, they sleep, all this stuff. Then Allah favored them. This is Allah's business. No one could say why did Allah favor or give the authority to men over women. This is Allah's business, no one could do. And there's other things, and then he said, also, وَبِمَا أَنفَقُوا. So this one thing, and وَبِمَا أَنفَقُوا. Also, when the husband and spend money and pay all the bills and utilities at the house and provide for the family and sustain. So this is another reason. So the thing is here, the men, Allah created stronger, have sometimes more tolerance, and this is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants. And even like when he said, the witness of two women equal to one. Allah wants that. So does not mean underestimate a woman. Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, the one who has the most right upon you is your mother. Then your mother, then your mother, then your father. Can we say, why not the father? Object. This is the decree. She has the most right. So this Allah does whatever He wants, subhanAllah. So however, this was, even like, look, examine how much patience they have with the babies. Pregnancy, nursing, stay up all night, changing diapers, nursing, all this stuff. So this is, they have their thing and we have their thing. So however, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have decided this, have decreed this. So let's submit and be pleased each side with whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have decided and decreed upon us. So الرجال قوامون على النساء بما فضل الله بعضهم على بعض وبما أنفقوا, for what they have spent, Allah decided. فالصالحات. Now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala described the salihat, the righteous women. Who are the righteous women? فالصالحات, we stop right there. The righteous woman said قانتات. قانتات means they are obedient. So obedience here, a key of successfulness even in your marriage. Of course, the husband has to spend, has to provide, has to sustain, have to be patient, have to show some tolerance, tolerate things here and there, and provide everything, and you're not doing your wife a favor. You're not doing your wife a favor, exactly. You're not doing your wife a favor for doing this. This is your job. And the same the other way, the other side, she has to be obedient. As always, we have mentioned to the shabab, when you get married, there's pillars for the marriage to make it marriage. Like, for example, the pillars are three: acceptance from the wife and the husband, the wali, the father's approval, or the guardian, over the father, the brother, the grandfather, all the father's side, of course. And the other thing is two witnesses. Those pillars of marriage. Without it, it's not marriage. And the other is conditions for the marriage to become successful. So you're married now, but I want to make it happy marriage. I want to make a successful marriage. What is it? Well, like we have mentioned, the husband has to be patient, tolerant, and the provider, generous, kindness, all this stuff, and the wife has to be obedient. So obedience, the other side will like, for example, sometimes overweight everything the man will do. As Allah said, فَالصَّالِحَاتُ, the righteous women, they are qanitat, mean they are obedient. Obedience, so to the husband. So they follow the command of Allah. There's another tafsir, they said they are obedient to Allah or they are obedient to their husband. And when they are obedient to Allah, they will be obedient to the husband. So this is the key of successfulness. And Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam had mentioned a few hadith talk about the obedience. He said, the best woman, خير النساء, when you look at her, makes you happy. She does not, always sad, complaining, whining, makes you happy. And he said, and when you command her, وَإِذَا أَمَرْتَهَا أَطَاعَتْ. When you command her, she listens, she obeys. When you are away from her, from home, then he said, حَفِظَتْكَ فِي نَفْسِهَا مَلِكَ. She got herself the house and the wall, so on. And Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam said to the woman, talk about obedience. So sometimes Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commands Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam things more than us. Like we said, qiyam, pray at night, is mandatory for Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. For us, it's an option. But the reward for Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is huge. And same thing with the woman, the reward for obedience is huge. As Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, woman, if she does 4 things, pray the 5 daily salah, fast the month of Ramadan, protect her chastity. The fourth thing, to be obedient to the husband. So obedience here again. She will be told to enter Jannah from any gate she wishes for. 4 things. So subhanAllah. So 4 things will make the wife 25% their way to Jannah by being obedient to the husband. So فالقانتات فالصالحات قانتات حافظات للغيب بما حفظ الله. So حافظات غيب, when their husband's not aware, is not around, they act like he is there. And the other thing he said, بما حفظ الله mean بما أمر الله, according to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's command. So حفظ الله mean to guard and to follow and to apply the deen of Allah, the religion, in every aspect thing in her life. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said here, وَاللَّاتِي تَخَافُونَ نُشُوزَهُنَّ. نُشُوزَهُنَّ, and nushuz means, so disobedience, or if she hates the man, or she want to harm the man, the husband. And nushuz could be from the husband or the wife. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَإِمْرَأَةٌ خَافَتْ مِنْ بَعْلِهَا نُشُوزًا. So the nushuz, the word nushuz, could be from the husband or the wife. The wife here, since we're talking about the wife, so nushuz, the woman, when she's nashes, that's mean either she disobedient, or she hates the husband, or she want to harm the husband. So then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, if you are, he did not say he didn't say the one who are already nushuz, nashes. He said the one whom you're afraid they're gonna be disobedient. So before they are disobedient, then you do this 1, 2, 3. So as you solve the problem before it's happened. وَاللَّاتِي تَخَافُونَ نُشُوزَهُنَّ فَعِظُوهُنَّ. So if you think she's gonna be disobedient to you, then the first thing, how to deal with my wife? So she's disobedient. She's not the wife I want. She's not acting right. The first thing, he said, remind them. Admonish them. So, reminder here, this is the first thing. And you have to be a role model to the wife. As Prophet the early generation of Islam, they used to say, I used to see the effect of my sin or my sins by my wife's behavior. So you would go to work, come back, and find your wife acting weird. Why? I didn't do nothing. We had no argument, nothing what happened. Why she's acting this way? Then they said, because of my sin. As a consequence for his sin. Because he sinned. So this is the consequences. The first thing. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Quran, مَا أَصَابَكَ مِنْ حَسَنَةٍ فَمِنَ اللَّهِ. Everything could happen to you is from Allah. وَمَا أَصَابَكَ مِنْ سَيِّئَةٍ فَمِنْ نَفْسِكَ. So whatever bad thing happened to you, as a consequences for what you have done. So the first thing, the first step, reminder to the wife. Tell her this is not right, this is haram, this is my right, this is your right. Am I giving you all your rights? She will say yes, okay, then this is my right. And always take Islam as a judge between you two. Don't take a culture, don't take your opinion, or this guy's opinion. Islam, the rules of Allah. I married a Muslim woman, I want my right. So this is what it is. I'm not saying because I have heard from someone, because this is the way it should be. This is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants. Then he said فَعِدُوهُنَّ وَهْجُرُهُنَّ فِي الْمَضَاجِعِ. Then sleep in a different room as a part of punishment. What kind of punishment? You sleep in the living room. Don't go sleep over your friend's house. Don't go take like a hotel and sleep outside. No, in the house, but out there as a reminder. Listen, I'm not even going to the room there. So you sleep in a different room with informing the wife, I'm sleeping here because I don't want to sleep there in your room. This as a part of punishment, as Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam added in Nisa. Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam have done that too. Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam have done that. So he slept in different. He did not even sleep next to one of their wives. So then he said the first step we said reminder, admonishment. Second one, sleep in a different room. Third one he said wadribuhun, hit him. So how did we hit the wife? Beat her up. Beat her up. There's no such a thing in Islam. No such a thing in Islam. However, when you hit the wife, you talk about, as Ibn Abbas mentioned, the hadith always like this. He said this is a mental thing. With this, with the miswak. This, how much going to hurt? It's hurt mentally. This is what the interpretation of Ibn Abbas, the cousin of Rasulullah used to be called the interpreter of the Quran, Turjuman al-Quran. So this is the answer. This is not help the wife beat the wife up. This is what it is. So now a reminder, then sleep in different room, then none of the questions. Then the first thing did not work out. Okay, did all the stuff. 1, 2, 3. The fourth step said, فَإِنْ أَطَعْنَكُمْ. Before the fourth step, he said, فَإِنْ أَطَعْنَكُمْ فَلَا تَبْغُوا عَلَيْهِنَّ سَبِيلًا. So now, if they are obedient to you, then the problem is over. So they back to the way of Allah. So you remind her and said, oh, I'm sorry, Allah, you're right. Or you slept in a different room and said, you know what, you are right, let's get it over, inshallah, things will be better. So this is what it is. Because some people, they go to the extreme right away. They hit right away, is not the way Allah has commanded us to do so. Or they go to divorce, as we're going to see the steps before you get to divorce. So we have 3 steps, and there's more steps coming that before you get to divorce. And all what they jump to divorce because they have no knowledge. Jahl, ignorance, subhanAllah, and they immediately said divorce and done. And subhanAllah, this is, they think is a joke. Get married to a woman. And the father, when he gets you his daughter to marry, has he given you a piece of his heart. It's not something just like, okay, you get married, no problem. Works out good, it doesn't work out, no problem. We'll try another one. It's not selling and buying tomatoes and cucumbers and watermelon. This is a human being. This is someone's daughter. This is someone like, being so much to the parents. So peace of their heart. He said, Fadda, she's yours by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said so. Otherwise, no father will give his daughter to marry anyone. But this is what Allah wants. You're giving up your kids. It's hard. So the one who have kids will understand. But the thing is, this is something big, and right away they jump to the last thing, beat up and divorce. So there's steps. And like I said, the fourth step. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, فَإِنْ أَطَعْنَكُمْ. They became obedient, and the problem is over. Then they benefit from the reminder and so on. They corrected everything. Then should be done over with. So Allah said, فَلَا تَبْغُوا عَلَيْهِنَّ سَبِيلًا. Then do not be, or so seek no means against them. Do not be unjust to them. They are obedient. They are doing what you're doing. Don't hold the grudges. Don't hold the grudge here. Forgive and forget. Learn to do so. Forgive and forget. So subhanAllah. So the thing is, this is what you need to know. And remember, so after you took all the means, usually this is the way it is. Other than that, if you are continue doing what you are doing after she was obedient, this is so unfair and unjust. This is dhulm, and matter of fact, you're crossing the border. So what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had, you're crossing the limit of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or transgression against the limits of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, inna Allah kana aliyan kabira. And like always I remind the brothers with the end of the ayah. So Allah gave you the authority in the beginning of the ayah, remember. And the men are in charge of the women. But the end of the ayah said, inna Allah kana aliyan kabira. You think you're strong, bigger, better, subhanAllah, then Allah is stronger and bigger. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the one who will revenge for her. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, aliyan, ever exalted Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah ever exalted, he said, he chose the word. You have the authority, but Allah ever exalted, aliyan, higher than you, stronger than you. Allah can revenge because you are unjust. So remember, you have to stop. So when the rule's done, it's over. So, and this is tahdid, this is a threat from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for men. As he gave you this, but remember that. Remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, inna Allah kana aliyan kabira. So Allah ever exalted and grand, subhanahu wa ta'ala. So those few things, think about the other thing, subhanAllah. The other thing Allah said here, the ayah, وَإِنْ خِفْتُمْ شِقَاقَ بَيْنِهِمَا. وَإِنْ خِفْتُمْ شِقَاقَ بَيْنِهِمَا. So mean, if you're afraid or you fear that they're going to divorce, فَبْعَثُوا حَكَمًا مِنْ أَهْلِهَا. Bring like a mediator from her side of the family. But not anyone from her side of the family. A man who has some experience, some wisdom, some knowledge, and fear. all this qualification has to be in him. And same to حكم من أهله and حكم من أهله. The mediator from her side and the mediator from his side. But they have to be old enough, mature enough, have enough wisdom, fair, and they are fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So then they sit together. This Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so they said that the thing is, if they think this marriage will work, inshallah will work. يريد إصلاحا, meaning the two judges, the two mediators. يوفق الله بينهما, Allah will make it happen. If they have good intention, then Allah will make it happen. There's another tafsir, if the wife and the husband want to make it happen, they will make it happen. They make it that they reconcile. If they mean well, if they are truthful and honest about this relation, they want to keep and maintain the relation, it will work. Allah said, He said, if you're afraid they're going to divorce, there's a mediator from here, a mediator from there. If they mean well, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, if they mean to bring the relation back, they will bring it back, subhanAllah. So the thing is here, يوفق الله بينهما إن الله كان عليما خبيرا. Aliman, the one who knows everything present in front of us. Khabira, the one who knows the hidden things. So Allah has both, knows the seen and the unseen. Aliman Khabira. He knows what you guys doing, what we are doing in general, and He knows what we are hidden. Aliman Khabira. So that's the thing, subhanAllah. Yani one of the stories was mentioned in the time of Uthman ibn Affan radiallahu anhu. This beautiful story, Aqil, the brother of Uthman, Ali ibn Abi Talib's brother, Aqil bin Abi Talib. So the cousin for Rasulullah's cousin, he was married to Fatima bint Utbah bin Rabi'a. Utbah bin Rabi'a was one of the worst people in the Jahiliyyah. He was killed in the Battle of Badr. Her father. Now she's Muslim though now. So she has nothing to do with it. Like for example, Noah, the prophet, one of the best 5 prophets, his sons are kafir. Prophet ﷺ, the best man walking the face of this earth, his uncle is a kafir. Ibrahim's father is a kafir. So Fatima radiallahu anha has nothing to do with this. However, Fatima, she was married to Aqil, and one day she asked her husband Aqil, he said, where's my father Utbah and Shayba? Shayba, her uncle, also the one who was killed, her father, her uncle, and her brother. 3 of them, the first 3 to be killed in the Battle of Badr. And they all, as you know, this is clearly, it was mentioned by Rasulullah, they are in hellfire. So where's my father? Where's my father and uncle? He told her, you go to Jahannam, you'll find your right hand side, the first section, the first entrance, or the first exit. Basically, he told her, you enter Jahannam, you find your right hand side. The first one you enter Jahannam. He was basically, they are in Jahannam. So she got upset. Subhanallah, human being. So, yeah, Nuh alayhi salam, he said, إِنَّهُ مِنْ أَهْلِي. He told his son, he's part of my family. وَعَدَكَ الْحَقِّ, you have promised me to save me and my family. He said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, he's not part of your family, he's not your son, he's عَمَلٌ غَيْرُ صَالِحٍ, he's a bad deed. So the thing is, the human nature, though, this is her father and uncle, there's connection. Even if they are kuffar, it's fine to love them, but the things as long as they don't divert you away from the religion of Allah. So she went to Uthman, the Khalifa, she complained to him, right, because of her husband. Now she's upset. So Uthman, he brought 2 mediators. One of them, Muawiyah ibn Sufyan, which he is closer to her, from Bani Umayyah, radiallahu anhu. And he called Ibn Abbas, which is closer to her, to him, to her husband, Aqil, that's his cousin, and Muawiyah was her cousin too. Then, and all, of course, they all cousin, second and third cousin general from the same tribe, from Quraysh. So, the Rasulullah said, Uthman said, if you want them to get back together, let them get back together. If you think the best to get divorced, it's fine, whatever you want. So you decide whatever you want. Ibn Abbas, he said, definitely they should get divorced. Done deal. So Muawiyah said, La wallah. La wallah. She's one of the elite people of Quraysh. And he's same thing. I'm not going to get a divorce. Both from the top of Quraysh. She came from like a noble family, and her husband came from a noble family. they're not getting divorced. My opinion, no, they should be together. Then they decided, look at this, the intention. They decided to go to the house, tell them, this is my decision and this is the decision. What do you guys think? They went home, they found locked the door, and they inside together. They went back together. So as simple as that. They said, lock the door, nobody's business. So the thing is, don't be hasty with the decision to divorce wife and parents. Doesn't matter how bad the issue. SubhanAllah, they intended to come back together, Allah will make it happen. So have to have that intention from the mediators and from them. If you intend to forget and forgive, and then things will work out. If you insist about holding grudges and continue on, count the mistake for each other, it's not going to work. So each two, sometimes even like that too, by yourself, you say things, you said, I wish I never said that, right? I don't know why they say that. So imagine two people. She said things sometimes you don't like. She's a human being, she made a mistake. And same thing with him, he said things he shouldn't say. Mistake, same thing, he made a mistake, you should, have the most patient, and she deserved to have the best treatment, as Rasulullah said, the best among you are the best to their wives. And he said also, if I was about to command someone to prostrate to someone, I would command the wife to the husband. Because he has so much right upon him. So this is here, this is the two ayahs that I have mentioned. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept